कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोद नंदना जय प्रजन रंजना जय यशोदानंद ना जय भजन रंजना जय यशोदानंदना जय प्रजन रंजना जय यशोदानंदना जय प्रजन रंजना जय यमुना तिरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव राधे जय जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय नरसिंह भगवान की जय पंच तत्व की जय षड गोस्वामी की जय गुरु परंपरा की जय श्री भोपाल की जय श्री गुरुदेव की जय निता गौर हरि ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of God Narayana, unto Naranarayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nashta prayesha badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. By regular attendance in classes of the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of God, whose praise with chanted songs is established as an endurable fact. So Hare Krishna, Praise Mataji, thank you very much for joining and keeping your appointment with Krishna today. Today is 13th of May 2026, and today we'll be discussing verse number 4th canto, 24th chapter, verse number 11. So let's first recite this verse. सामुद्रीं देवदेवोक्ताम् उपयेमे शतद्रुतीम् यां वीक्ष्य चारु सर्वाङ्गीम् किशोरीं सुष्ठ्वलङ्कृताम् परिक्रमन्तीम् उद्वाहे च चकमेऽग्नि शुकीम् इव सामुद्रीं देवदेवोक्ताम् उपयेमे शतद्रुतिम् यां वीक्ष्य चारु सर्वाङ्गीम् किशोरीं सुष्ठ्वलङ्कृताम् परिक्रमन्तीम् उद्वाहे चकमेऽग्नि शुकीम् इव. Any two of you can recite? Can try.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. सामुद्रीं देवदेवोक्तामुपयेमे शतद्रुतिं यां वीक्ष्य चारु सर्वाङ्गीं किशोरीं सुष्ठ्वलङ्कृतां परिक्रमन्तीम् उद्वाहे चकमेऽग्निः शुकीम् इव. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Anybody else wants to recite? Can try.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
सामुद्रिं देवदेवोक्ताम् उपयेमे शतद्रुतिं यां वीक्ष्य चारु संवार्गीं किशोरीं सुष्ठवलङ्कृतां परिक्रमन्तीमुद्वाहे चकमेऽग्निशुकम् इव. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Go to the word tour meaning, synonyms. Samudri, unto the daughter of the ocean. Deva Deva Ukta, being advised by the supreme demigod, Lord Brahma. Upayeme, married. Shatadrutim, of the name Shatadruti. Yam, whom. Vikshya, seeing. Charu, very attractive. Sarvangim, all the features of the body. Kishorim, youthful. Sushtu, sufficiently. Alankritam, decorated with ornaments. Parikramantim, circumambulating. Udvahe, in the marriage ceremony. Chakame, being attractive. Agnihi, the fire god. Shukim, unto Shuki. Eva, like. Translation and purport by Divanga Shilprabhupada. Shilprabhupada ki jai. Please hear the translation and purport. Maharaj Barhishat, Maharaj Barhishat, henceforward known as Prajni Barhi, was ordered by the supreme demigod Brahma to marry the daughter of the ocean named Shatadruti. Her bodily features were completely beautiful and she was very young. She was decorated with the proper garments, and when she came into the marriage arena and began circumambulating it, the fire god Agni became so attracted to her that he desired her company, exactly as he had formerly desired to enjoy Shuki. Purport by Divanga Prabhupada ki jai. In this verse, the word Sushtvalankratam is significant. According to the Vedic system, when a girl is married, she is profusely and gorgeously decorated with costly saris and jewelry. And during the marriage ceremony, the bride circumambulates the bridegroom 7 times. After this, the bridegroom and bride look at one another and become attracted for life. When the bridegroom finds the bride very beautiful, the attraction between them immediately becomes very strongly fixed. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Men and women are naturally attracted to one another. And when they are invited by marriage, that attraction becomes very strong. Being so strongly attracted, the bridegroom attempts to set up a nice homestead and eventually a good field for producing grains. Then children come, then friends, and then wealth. In this way, the male becomes more and more entangled in the material conceptions of life, and he begins to think, this is mine, and it is I who am acting. In this way, the illusion of material existence is perpetuated. The words Shukim, Eva, Shukim, Eva are also very significant. For the fire god Agni became attracted by the beauty of Shatadruti while she was circumambulating the bridegroom Prachinibarhi, just as he had previously been attracted to the beauty of Shuki, the wife of Saptarishi. When the fire god had been present long ago at the assembly of Saptarishi, he was attracted by the beauty of Shuki when she was circumambulating in the same way. Agni's wife, named Swaha, took the form of Shuki and enjoyed sex life with Agni. Not only the fire god Agni, but the heavenly god Indra, and sometimes even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, all very highly situated demigods, are subject to being attracted by sex at any time. The sex drive is so strong in the living entities that the whole material world is running on sex attraction only. And it is due to sex attraction that one remains in the material world and is obliged to accept different types of bodies. The attraction of sex life is more clearly explained in the next verse. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Ajnanamandasya ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति सुपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुवैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सगणरघुनाथामितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगणनिता श्रीविशाखावितांश्च हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचम् इमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणकगादीन् प्राणानमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे प्रमाणं मातरम् नमो विष्णुवराय कृष्णपृष्ठाभूतले श्रीमती महाविष्णुसंहिते नाम्ने नमो विष्णुवराय कृष्णपृष्ठाभूतले श्रीभक्तिविधान स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निरुच्यशून्यवाचार्येषां जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे
Prabhuji,
कृष्णा
gently reminding for the recording, Prabhuji, is it going on?
Yeah, I think Prabhu said he's doing it. It's okay.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Prabhuji, it shows live and it's in YouTube also.
Thank you,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So today, this a very auspicious day, correct? Apara Ekadashi. And all the more auspicious to hear Bhagavatam, right? See, actually, the real reason in the Nectar of Devotion it is given, the real reason for observing fasting on Ekadashi is to minimize, the demands of the body. Otherwise, day and in morning till night, always thinking of the body, right? Eating, sleeping, meditating, whatever it is, right? So the real reason for observing fasting on Ekadashi is to minimize the demands of the body. Not only that, okay, you're minimizing, then what to do? Right? To engage our time in the service of the Lord by chanting or performing similar services. And the best thing to do on the fasting days is to remember the pastimes of Govinda and hear his holy name constantly. So that's what we're going to do today, right? We might have got up early in the morning, I had Mangalati, chanting everything, right? Now you're hearing Bhagavatam. This is all the more auspicious. See, normally, those days, the king, Rajarishis, In the 426th purport, Prabhupada says, the king sometimes has to perform duties which are not very desirable just because he is the king. And he gives example of Arjuna. Similarly, Arjuna was not at all willing to fight because fighting or killing one's own kinsmen and family members is not at all desirable. Correct? No. But the Kshatriyas had to perform such undesirable actions as a matter of duty. Now here, Maharaj Antardhana. Who is Antardhana? Vijitashva, son of Maharaj Patu, right? We saw earlier. So Maharaj Antardhana, he was not very happy while he was exacting taxes or punishing the citizens for their criminal activities. So what happened? No, on the plea of performing sacrifices, he retired from the royal uh, palaces and from the kingdom. Power of he was there, but he didn't want to the power at a very early age. He left it. See, these sacrifices, right? They are generally performed by fruitive actors. Prabhupada says fruitive actors. So although Maharaj Antardhana was externally engaged in performing sacrifices, his real business was rendering devotional service by hearing and chanting. Shravanam Kirtanam. So he was performing the usual sacrifices by the method of Sankirtanagya, as it is recommended, right, in 7.5.23 Bhagavatam. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnoho, Smaranam Pada Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. Devotional service is called Kirtana Yagya. Kirtana Yagya. And by practicing Sankirtana Yagya, one is very easily elevated to the planet where the Supreme Lord resides. Havir Dana, the 8th verse, the 425 8th verse, Havir Dana, the son of Antardhana, this Maharaj Antardhana, he had a wife named Havir Dhani. Okay. Son of Maharaj Antardhana, that is Maharaj, that is Vijitshava. He had a wife named Havirdhani, right? He had a son, Havirdhana, and Havirdhana had a wife named Havirdhani. And she gave birth to 6 sons. They gave birth to 6 sons named Barishat, Gaya, Shukla, Krishna, Satya, and Jitavrata. So Havirdhana's very powerful son was named Barishat. So he was very expert in performing various kinds of fruitive activities. And he was also expert in the practice of mystic yoga. So by his great qualifications, he became known as Prajapati. So Prabhupada says in the beginning of the creation, no, see, there were not many living entities. And so very powerful, like living entities or demigods, they were appointed as Prajapatis for begetting children and increase the population. So there are many Prajapatis, right? Brahma, Daksha, Manu. They are also sometimes known as Prajapatis. And Barishat, the son of Havirdhana, he became one of them. So Maharaj Barishat, he was very deeply involved in the fruitive activities of sacrifice. This means that as soon as he finished one yajna in one place, he began performing another yajna in the immediate vicinity again. So Prabhupada says, at the present moment, no, there is a similar need to perform Sankirta yajna all over the world. So he was performing sacrifice, right, Maharaj Barishat. He finished one and next nearby again another one. He was like that, like that. So Prabhupada says the same Sankirtan yajna should be performed all over the world. So Krishna conscious movement has started performing Sankirtan yajna in different places. And it is experienced that wherever the Sankirtan yajna is performed, no, many thousands of people gather and they take part in it. So this is a real auspiciousness achieved in this connection. So this should be continued all over the world. The members of Krishna conscious movement should perform Sankirtan yajnas one after another. So much so, that all the people of the world will, Prabhupada says, either jokingly or seriously, they will chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and they will derive the benefit of cleansing the heart. See, this holy name of the Lord, no, Hare Rama, is so powerful, whether it is chanted jokingly or seriously. Effect of vibrating this transcendental sound, no, it will be equally distributed. Very powerful, very beneficial. See, it is not possible, right, in the current Kali Yuga, to perform repeated yajnas as Maharaj Parikshit. So it is within our means to perform Sankirtan yajna, and which does not cost anything. What is it to be done? One can just sit down anywhere and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Prabhupada says if the surface of the globe is overflooded with the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, people of the world will be very, very happy. So coming to this current verse, the 11th verse which we are discussing today, Prabhupada says, no, during the marriage ceremony, the bride circumambulates the bridegroom 7 times. After this, the bridegroom and bride look at one another, become attracted for life. And when the bridegroom finds the bride very beautiful in it, the attraction between them immediately becomes very strongly fixed. So finally, in that, he says, in the first paragraph, as stated in Bhagavatam, men and women are naturally attracted to one another. And when they are united and by marriage, that attraction becomes very strong. And being so strongly attracted, what happens? The bridegroom attempts to set up a home, then like he was provides a good field for producing grains. That means to activities to maintain the family, then children, then friends, wealth. And in this way, what happens? The male, no, he becomes more and more entangled in the material conception of life. And he begins to think, this is mine, it is I who am acting. And the last line is very important. In this way, the illusion of mental existence, this all illusion of mental existence is perpetuated. See, one may object that if Krishna insists that material life is false, suppose Krishna says this material life actually is false, then why should we endeavor to stop it, this material life? But Krishna explains in the 11th canto, right, that although this is not factual, material life continues for one who is addicted to sense gratification. Just as a frightening dream continues for one who is merged in sleep. In the verse, I think this 11:20 to 56, Prabhupada says the word avidyamana. Avidyamana means not existing. Means that material life is based on mental concoction, in which one thinks, I am a man, I am a woman, I am a doctor, I am so and so. A conditioned soul enthusiastically performs his activities based on the imaginary identification with the body. See, although the spirit soul exists and the body exists, the false identification with the body does not exist. So, material life based on a false idea has no factual existence. See, after one awakens from a dream, okay, suppose by sleeping and is a dream. After one awakens from a dream, what happens? The dim reflection of the dream, no, dim something slight may linger in one's memory, right? Little bit, slightly, may not hear the remember, but slightly. Similarly, one engaging in the devotional service of the Lord may be troubled sometimes by the dim reflection of sinful life. So Prabhupada says one should therefore become strong in Krishna consciousness by hearing Krishna's instructions, especially Krishna's instructions to Uddhava in the Uddhava Gita. That's why Krishna says to Uddhava, "Oh Uddhava, do not try to enjoy sense gratification with material senses." See how illusion based on material dualities prevents one from realizing the self. So in that verse, 11:20 to 57, the purport Prabhupada says, everything that exists is a potency and property of the Supreme Lord, meant to be used in his loving service. This is very important. This seeing material objects as separate from the Lord and thus meant to be possessed and enjoyed by oneself is called Vaikalpikam Brahmam. Vaikalpikam Brahmam, the illusion of material duality. See, when selecting one's personal object of enjoyment, such as food, clothing, residence, or any vehicle, one considers the relative quality of the object to be acquired. That we try to analyze and so many things, right? So in material life, one is in constant anxiety, trying to acquire the most excellent sense gratification for one's personal pleasure. So if one realizes everything as the property of Krishna, he will see everything is meant for the Lord's pleasure. He will feel no personal anxiety in that case because he is satisfied simply to be engaged in the service of Lord for the Lord's pleasure. It is not possible to exploit the property of the Lord and at the same time advance in self-realization. Not possible. That's in the 58-59 verse of 11:22 Bhagavatam. Even though neglect, see, is very powerful verse. Even though neglected, insulted, ridiculed, or envied by bad men, or even though repeatedly agitated by being beaten, tied up or deprived of one's occupation, spat upon, or polluted with urine by ignorant people, one who desires one who desires the highest goal in life, no, even though they are all these things, one who desires the highest goal in life should, in spite of all these difficulties, use his intelligence to keep himself safe on the spiritual platform. Purport Prabhupada says, throughout history, many of these inconveniences have been experienced by devotees of the Lord. So one who is advanced in God, Krishna consciousness, does not allow himself to become obsessed with the material body, even in such conditions. But rather, what happens, he keeps his mind fixed on the spiritual platform through proper intelligence. But now Uddhava is asking Krishna, he's giving so much instructions. Please explain how can I understand this? So many things have been inconvenience are there, but still you may ask me to maintain peace fixed in spiritual. So Krishna says the conditioning of one's personality in material life is very strong. So it's very difficult even for a learned man not to tolerate these offenses committed. Only devotees who are fixed in loving service, they can achieve peace, right? Who are able to tolerate such offenses. So Prabhupada says, unless one becomes advanced in the process of hearing and chanting the glories of Supreme Lord, theoretical learning cannot make one actually saintly. Theoretically, it's not possible. So go on hearing again and again, chanting again and again. So one's conditional personality, because they are conditioned, right? So result of because of the long material association. So very difficult to overcome. So what we should do, we should humbly take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Krishna by following the instructions given in Bhagavad Gita, Yuddha Gita. Then only the real meaning of knowledge will be understood. See, transcendental meditation, right? Actually, they are on the platform of the mind, actually. And Bhagavad Gita says, mind is external nature only. In the 3.42 Bhagavad Gita, it says, Indriyani parani ahur, Indrebhya param manaha, manasastu para buddhir, yo buddhe paratastu saha. The working senses are superior to dull matter. Mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind. And the soul, is even higher than the intelligence. See, in the gross material concept of life, we are under the impression that I am this body. So we are concerned with the senses. So if our senses are gratified, we think we are now satisfied. Correct? Because of I am this body, that's what we feel. So this gross type of existence, is actually existence of ignorance, illusion, maya. When one is under the thought that I am this is illusion. Illusion means, see, something is presented as reality and you accept it. For example, water in the desert, mirage. There is no water. See, an animal is running after the water in the desert. See, this is practical. We can see this, right? We can understand this. See, even due to the sunshine, there is a reflection. It appears in the desert, right, as water, as water. It is reflection actually, and it is called mirage. Actually, there is not a drop of water. But the animal, no, when it's thirsty, there is water. It jumps and runs, going ahead and again, and is running after it, and ultimately dies. So this is illusion. I am this body. This is illusion. We are after the sense gratification. Body means senses. So that is mirage, illusion. Just like the animal is running after water in the desert. But Bhagavad Gita in the beginning says that you are not this body, neither this mind. So this is the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. And that is A, B, C, D. Any person who does not know that I am not this body, he has not even touched the ABCD knowledge of spiritual kingdom. If one is attracted with this bodily function or mind, mental function, no, he's a, then he's outside the spiritual understanding. He's rejected the test. So this is the test in Bhagavad Gita. So-called yogis, karmis. See, karmis means ordinary worker. Okay, those who are running in the street with motor car this way, right? Very busy. They are karmis. Karmis means under the bodily concept. They are thinking that comfort of this body and sense gratification is the end of life. That is karmi. So if they got a very nice apartment, nice wife, good bank balance, nice dress, that is perfection. That's all. That is karmi. On the other hand, jnana, jnana is right, knowledge, jnana, that is on the mental plane. So jnana or knowledge is on the mental plane, and karma is on the bodily plane. So somebody, see, some section of people, they are engaged in this bodily platform, and some section of people are engaged in the mental platform. So whatever religion and process of elevation of life we have manufactured, they can be grouped into two ways, mental and bodily. That's all. And Bhagavad Gita is transcendental, neither on the mental plane nor on the bodily plane. So that's why the last instruction of Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, right, 18.66, it says, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. Dharma. See, we have created so many religious principles, so many concocted spiritual ways of life or material ways of life. Somebody are materialist, somebody are so-called spiritualist. Krishna says that you have to give up all this nonsense on the mental platform and bodily platform. You have come to the transcendental platform. And what is that transcendental platform? To understand your relationship with Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. In 8.15, Krishna says, Mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Napnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhim paramam paramam gata. After attaining me, the great souls, your yogis in devotion, never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. See, in the last para of the verse which we are discussing, 4:24:11, Prabhupada says, the sex drive is so strong in the living entities that the whole material world is running on sex attraction only. And it is due to sex attraction that one remains in the material world and is obliged to accept different types of bodies. Now, Madana means sex attraction. Cupid. And Krishna is called Madana Mohana. One can neglect even sex attraction if one is attracted to Krishna. That is the test. Madana Mohana means one is only attracted to Krishna. He will forget the pleasure derived from sex life. So that is the test. Therefore, Krishna's name is Madana Mohana. Sanatana Goswami worship Madana Mohana, right? See, a man is attracted by woman, and the woman is attracted by man. So this is the basic principle. So in this material world, there is no attraction for God, but there is attraction. Okay, and that attraction is on the whole sex attraction. That's all. The whole world, not only human society, animal society, bird society, beast society, any society, no, any living, attraction is sex. Pumsa striya pituni bhayam etam. 558 Bhagavatam says. The center of attraction is sex. So, see, boys and girls, in younger age, there is that sex impulse to increase. So, a female wants male, male wants female. This is the attraction. So, this is a basic principle of binding the conditioned soul in this miserable life of repeated birth and death. So, therefore, Vedic civilization is based on how to get out of this attraction. Varnashrama dharma. There is attraction, you cannot avoid it. So, what is that? To make the best use of a bad bargain. Correct. So, from the very beginning, child is trained how to become brahmachari. No sex life up to 25 years. See, throughout the whole life, at least for 25 years, that is called brahmachari. ashrama. But if one is still persistent for sex life, after being trained for 25 years, he is allowed to marry. That is called grahastha ashrama. Now, because he has been trained up to 25 years to detach from sex life, so for some time he enjoys the grahastha. Afterwards, after 50, he gives it up. But then comes vanaprastha. Just like Maharaj Parishit, right? There was training. Therefore, Parishit Maharaj could give up easily. See, it is not easy to give up attraction for kingdom, wife, children, right? He was king, emperor. How much possession he had? So it's not very easy to give up the attraction for these possessions. Therefore, it is called Virudham, Virudham, Virudham Mamatam. The attraction is so deep rooted. Example is given of the tree standing, right? The tree, it does not want to give it up. So the attraction begins from the sex attraction. Pumsa Mithuna Bhava. In the beginning, there is attraction. Okay. Man wants woman, woman wants man. But as soon as they are united, that attraction becomes deep rooted. So first of all, desire, right? So attraction is deep rooted. But as soon as they are united, either legally or illegally, Prabhupada says, that attraction becomes deep rooted. Virudham. So as soon as they unite, Hridaya Grantham, Hridaya Grantham. Now the attraction becomes a hard knot into the heart. Always thinking he is my lover, she is my lover. Then attraction. So just like one married couple, as soon as they are married or united, Atav Graha. Graha means apartment, home. So they must live very nicely. Then Kshetra. Kshetra means field. See, formerly there was no industry. Earning, the means of livelihood was agriculture. So everyone must have some land to produce grains, fruits, milk, right? So first of all, apartment. Then to maintain that expenditure, now we have invented industry of trade, so many things. So formerly the means of livelihood was very simple. Prabhupada says, take some land and work little, produce your grains. The cows are there, you take milk. So milk, vegetables, grains. Your economic question is solved. So first of all, graha, home. Then kshetra. Kshetra means field. I must produce my food. Ato graha kshetra. Then child. Because married life without any issue, that is not very happy. Chanakya Pandita has said, Putra hinam graha shunyam. Family life without a child is zero. He has calculated some zeros. Chanakya Pandita. First zero is avidyam jivanam shunyam. One who is not educated, his life is zero. Avidyam jivanam shunyam. Avidyam jivanam shunyam. Disha shunya abhandavaha. Abhandavaha. That is, for example, you are going to touring some place, visiting, right? But where you are going, if there is no temple or friend, then your touring will be zero. Avidyam jivanam shunyam. One who is not educated, his life is zero. Disha shunya abhandavaha. You are going to touring, but if there is no temple or a friend, your touring will be zero. That's why in the Indian system is when they are tourists, no, they go to different pilgrimages or some friend's house. So avidyam jivanam shunyam, disha shunya bandhavaha, putrahinam graham shunyam. And you are married, but there is no issue, then that is zero. Putrahinam graham shunyam. Sarva shunya daridrita. If you have no money, everything is zero. Even in spite of having a home or a child or education, so many educated, right? If they have no employment, their life is zero. So, Ato Grah Kshetra Sutapa Vittaihi. 558 Bhagavan, very powerful words. As soon as we are united, male and female, these things are required. Nice home, nice apartment, some field for producing food, some friends, children, then money. Without money, everything is zero. So in this way, just like a tree, gradually expands its root. So our attraction, that male-female attraction becomes deeply rooted by these things. Grah Kshetra Shutapa Vitter Janasya Moho Ayam. So this is illusion. Janasya Moho Ayam Ham Mameti. This is I, this is mine. One day, Mr. Death will come. He'll break everything, smash everything. You forget that. But we want to remain here with this I and mine. But Bhagavad Gita says, Krishna says that these rascals who are not God conscious and creating aham ameti, very big scheme to become happy, the whole happiness is dismantled. Prabhupada uses the word dismantled by me as death. Krishna says. Krishna ultimately comes as death. See, just like Hiranyakashipu, he was planning so many things. But Narasimhadeva appeared as death and smashed everything. Right? So when Prahlad Maharaj was offered material benediction, Prahlad Maharaj replied, "My dear Lord, what you are offering me? I have already seen all these things. My father was so powerful that even demigods would be threatened by his red eyes. And he expanded his influence all over the universe. But you have finished it within a second. So why shall I ask for such benediction? If you want to give me some benediction, please engage me in some service of your servant." That is real benediction. See what a wonderful thing he said. See the answer. I have seen everything. I have already seen all these things from because my father was Hiranyakashipu, very powerful, materially very powerful, right? And you have finished him within a second. So why shall I ask for such benedictions? And he said, if you want to give me some benediction, this is a prayer which you always say. Please, Krishna, please engage me in some service of your servant. That is really benediction. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also recommended Gopi Bhartum Pada Kamalayor Dasa Dasanu Dasaha. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 13.80. To become a servant of Krishna. This is parampara system. So in that way, one can give up the deep attachment, for all this graha, kshetra, stapa, vitahi. So all this production of attachment can be dismantled, and it is being done. We can see in front of our eyes, but people don't have this knowledge. We think that you will enjoy this expansion of attachment. You cannot enjoy. Even if you enjoy, it is only for a few years. See, your existence is not for. Actually, your existence is not for few years. You are eternal. Na hanyate hanyamane shariri. Bhagavad Gita 2.20. You will not die after your destruction of this body. See, Prabhupada makes a very important statement, a very nice thing to understand. See, death means sleeping for 7 months. See, that's all. Then again, you get another body. As soon as I give up this body, I enter in the womb of another mother to get another body. The mother creates the body, and as soon as the body is fit, it comes out. So the period when I give up this body and enter into the womb of mother and manufacture another body and come out, it takes about 7 months. So during that 7 months, we do not know what is happening. That is death. Death. So the spirit soul is eternal. So we do not know what is our eternal need. Because we don't know, right? We are completely ignorant. So there is no such education. People don't know that we are eternal. People think that by chance we have got this body, some way or the other. And as soon as this body is finished, everything is finished. So long as this body is there, senses are there. So let us enjoy sense enjoyment. This is civilization going on. And because there will be no more sense, nonsense. They give importance to the senses, which is nonsense. They think that this is an opportunity for sense gratification. But they do not inquire where from this sense has come. So important, right? Giving so many importance to the sense enjoyment program. Na vidus, nate viduhu, swartha gatim, hi Vishnum, 7.531 Bhagavatam says, neither do they know what is living entity, what are the senses, what is the goal of life. Durashaya ye bahir arthamaninaha. They are simply making plans for driving car and fly, right? So many enjoyments, luxury. Plan is going on, one after another. But the problems are increasing. So therefore, Parikshit Maharaj's example is very nice. As soon as he understood from his spiritual master that Krishna is the goal of life, he became Krishna conscious. Immediately. Mamatam jaho virudham mamatao jaho. That is, so this is required. See, just as a dream, is merely creation of one's intelligence, but has no actual substance. Similarly, material lamentation, illusion, happiness, distress, and the acceptance of the material body under the influence of Maya, they are all creations of my illusory energy. Material existence has no essential reality. This is 11.11.2 translation, it says. And the purport Prabhupada says, the word Deha apatti indicates that the living entity falsely identifies himself with the external material body and thus transmigrates from one body to another. Apatti also indicates great suffering or misfortune. So, because of such false identification, under the influence of illusion, the living entity, it experiences miserable symptoms. Maya means false concept that anything can exist without Lord Krishna. This is false. Or for any purpose other than the pleasure of the Lord. This is not. So, although the conditioned living entities, they're trying to enjoy mental sense gratification, the result is always painful. And such painful experience, it will turn the conditions back again towards the supreme personality of God. Only because of painful, then only will go. They try everything, enjoy everything, but then ultimately suffering comes. Then they turn to Krishna. So ultimate purpose of the material creation is to bring the living entity back to the loving devotional service of Krishna. That is the purpose of the creation, but not for sense enjoyment. So even the sufferings of the middle world may be seen as the transcendental mercy of the Supreme Personality of God. So the conditioned souls, right? Imagining that material objects are meant for his personal enjoyment, he bitterly laments the loss of such objects. Correct. When it's gone, you acquire something, then when it's gone, you lament so much. So the example of a dream in which material intelligence creates many illusory objects, right? Our polluted material consciousness creates the false impression of material sense gratification. But Prabhupada used the word phantasmagoria. So many imaginary, right? Being devoid of Krishna consciousness has no real existence. So by surrendering to this polluted material consciousness, living entity is afflicted with innumerable troubles. The only solution is to see Lord Krishna within everything and everything within Lord Krishna. See, one understands that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, the proprietor of everything, and the well-wishing friend of all living beings. This is important. See, in material illusion, there is no understanding of one's eternal spiritual body, nor is there knowledge of the absolute truth. So, material existence, even if it's in its most sophisticated or pious form, is always foolishness. See, one should not misunderstand the example of the dream to mean that the material world has no real existence. Material nature is a manifestation of Krishna's external potency, just as the spiritual sky is a manifestation of Krishna's internal potency. See, although the material objects are subject to transformation, thus thereby they don't have any permanent existence. So material energy is real. Material energy is real because it comes from the Supreme Lord, Krishna, Supreme reality, right? It's only our false acceptance of the material body as the factual self and our foolish dream that the material world is meant for our pleasure that have no real existence. These are merely mental concoctions. So one should cleanse oneself of material designations and wake up to the all-pervading reality of the personality of God Krishna. See, a woman, this is a very small, nice story. A woman came out of her house and she saw three old men with long white beards sitting in front of her house. She did not recognize them. She said, I don't think I know you, but you must be hungry. Please come in and have something to eat. So he's the man of the house at home. She said, no, he's out, he's gone out. Then we cannot come in. See, in the evening, when her husband came home, see, so nice, no, see, when they asked me, the man inside, the husband is inside. So when she said no, they said we cannot come. See, this is education, right? Gentlemanly behavior. But it's not so in Kali Yuga. In the evening, when her husband came home, she told him what happened, what had happened, right? So he said, oh, go tell them I am home. Invite them inside. The woman went out and invited the men in. Now they said, we do not go into house together. She asked, why? So one of them explained, his name is Wealth. He pointed to one of his friends. And to another, he said, he is success. And I am love. Now go in and discuss with your husband which one of us you want in your home. So the woman went inside and told her husband what was said. So her husband was overjoyed. Oh, how nice. So that is the case. Let us invite Wealth. Correct. No, let us straight away. Let him come and fill our home with wealth. Now his wife decided. So why don't we invite success? So the daughter was listening, no, from so she jumped inside and she gave her suggestion. Would it not be better to invite love? Our home will then be filled with love. So let us. So they said, okay. Husband said, okay, let us listen to our daughter's advice. Go out and invite love to be our guest. The woman went out and asked the three old men, which one of you is love? Please come in and be our guest. So love got up, started walking towards the house. Now the other two also got up and followed him. Surprised, the lady said, asked Wealth and Success, I only invited love. Why are you coming in? They replied, if you had invited Wealth or Success, other two of us would have stayed out. But since you invited love, wherever he goes, we go with him. Wherever there is love, there is also wealth and success. So the word love is being used very loosely and rampantly in this misguided civilization. So the point is that love is present, but it is in a perverted form of love. Why? Because this material world is a reflection of the spiritual world, and thereby everything is topsy-turvy. Therefore, it is not eternal. So this does not mean we don't know how to love and what to love. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said, Madhya Leela 22.107, pure love for Krishna is eternally established in the hearts of living entities. It's not something to be gained from another source. See, when the heart is purified by hearing and chanting, the living entity naturally awakens. So, nectar of instruction, fourth text, shows the right path. Dadati pradigranati guhyam akhyati prachati bhunkte bhojayate chaiva sadvidam priti lakshanam. In this verse, Srila Rupa Goswami explains how to perform devotional activities in the association of other devotees. So there are 6 kinds of activities. 1. Giving charity to the devotees. 2. Accepting from the devotees whatever they may offer in return. 3. Opening one's mind to the devotees. 4. Inquiring from them about the confidential service to the Lord. 5. Honoring prasada or spiritual food given by the devotees. And 6. Feeding the devotees with prasada. So Prabhupada in his wonderful purport says, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness has been established to facilitate these 6 kinds of loving exchanges between devotees. Then he further says, the life of the Krishna Conscious Society is nourished by these 6 types of loving exchanges among members. Therefore, people must be given the chance to associate with the devotees of ISKCON because simply by reciprocating in the 6 ways mentioned, an ordinary man can fully revive his dormant Krishna consciousness. Whom to invite? The answer is we must invite Krishna. Will he come by just merely utterance of invitation? Please come. No, we have to invite with love. And one and only way is by sincerely calling out, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thereby love in the material world too will be accepted as pure love. See, the super soul and the individual soul, they are like 2 birds sitting on the same tree. Material body, right? One bird, the individual, the forgetful bird, is eating the fruit of the tree, not caring for the instructions of the other bird, which is only a witness to the activities of the first bird, who is his friend. So when the forgetful bird comes to understand the supreme friend who is always with him and trying to give him guidance in different bodies, he takes shelter at the lotus feet of that supreme bird. So when one actually becomes a perfect yogi by meditation, he can see the supreme friend and surrender to him. This is the beginning of Bhakti Yoga or actual life in Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, Mataji, for this opportunity to glorify the Lord and purify ourselves. We'll stop here now. Garantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur. Paramaniri Vancha Kalpatarubhescha. Kripa Sindhu Vacha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo. Vaishnavebhyo Namah. Antakodi Vaishnavanda ki jai. Hare Krishna. If you have anything to share, anything, go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. I only wish that even let it be office going people, college going people, school going, and the kids and the toddlers, whoever it is, let there be a compulsory period of scriptural story listening. Somewhere it will cleanse them, somewhere it will improve them, somewhere it will reform them into beautiful citizens of India. How I wish this happens, Prabhuji. Hare
True,
Krishna.
Mataji. Yes, very nice. That's what we should pray to Krishna. Right? So every Krishna is in the heart of each and every living entity. So we should pray to Krishna. Krishna, you're there. Please guide them. He will guide. We will also definitely will, because whatever we have learned by hearing and chanting and all those things, we will just share with them. Either tell people to just chant Hare Krishna, right? Or please come for the program, have prasad, right? Simply by that, engaging people in these activities of Krishna consciousness. That way, we are also giving Krishna consciousness to everyone. So thereby, the peace will spread. Very nice, Mother. Thank you very much for the input.
Love for Krishna and love for the devotees, Prabhuji. That is the main, that is the only love we should aspire for. Naturally, we will get all the other love and all the other things we will get.
Correct. True. See how love comes when somebody means by serving. See, when somebody, when somebody we are ill or something, somebody serves, we feel very happy. We love that person who has done, and without any motive, anything, they selfless service they do, right? So, in like mothers, main is mother. Her love is completely selfless, without any expectations, right? So, same love, if it comes, then naturally people will be happy. So, we have to create that love for Krishna. This is possible only by chanting Hare Krishna Mantra, associating with devotees, reciting shlokas, hearing Krishna Katha, following the Ekadashi, right? So the less of the bodily concept of life during the Ekadashi, more to activities of Krishna consciousness. It's very nice. Thank you, Mother. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. So thank you, Pravesh Mataji, for this opportunity to glorify the Lord, for hearing patiently and giving me this opportunity. So I'll stop here now. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Gandha Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Have a nice, wonderful Ekadashi. It's known as Ekadashi Mahotsav ki jai. It's like a Mahotsav, right? Festival of the Minds. Hare Krishna.